Hello there, it's me, Sari here again, and today I'm here to show you some new and restocked stamps from KatzelKraft that has come to my webshop, SARI'S Stamping Studio. You're welcome to go there and browse and see if you can find something that you like. And I thought that I'd start browsing through the stamps and even show you a couple of samples of what I've done with the stamps so far. Here's absolutely one of my favorite dog stamps, Woody. It's called Woody, and just look at the tough and the tough appearance of the Woody dog. And here are a couple of cards that I made this weekend, so they are pretty new, so I haven't really had the chance to blog them yet. I've combined this Woody stamp with some stamps from All and Create, and I really like to combine different brands into certain or just one piece of a card, let's say. And here's another favorite. Here's the Woody and the Grumpy Cat from a Russian cat stamp set. I've got that in the webshop already. And then I've got this beautiful one. It's called Ignace, and he's peeking behind a wall or something, or he could be lying in his bed, or perhaps he could be upside down, or he could be under the bed. You never know where it could be, this Ignace Le Gros Chat cat stamp could be. And I've done this one with him. I made a sort of a collage frame with this Ignace cat stamp, and I love the cat. Just look at the eyes and everything. It's so tired looking. And I've combined it with one of the rats from the City Rats stamp set that I believe I have in the web shop. If not, I need to order it right away yet again. And I thought I'd show you this one as well when I'm at it. Here's a lovely grumpy mouse or rat, and here's the grumpy cat yet again. And I've combined these two stamps with some stamps from Studio Light this time. They also make some really wonderful grungy stamps, texture stamps, and I love to combine it like that. So let's move on. I didn't find the one that I had made with this one, but I did have a camera, and I have one of these Pabo figures peeking out. It was this one, this crazy figure that was peeking out behind the camera. Say Cheese, this one is called, or camera, basically. All of the stamps are unmounted on a deeply cut red rubber. It's really good quality, so I really must recommend you to just check these out. So, talking about the Le Pabo stamps, there are two sets. One that has got the Sherlock Holmes figure on it, as well as a magician and an angel, and just a Dracula or vampire, someone going out in the night, and someone that is really freezing, isn't it? And then we've got the aviator and the crazy figure there, and the violinist and the prisoner, and a goofy looking cat, and a thief in the night could be. So what I've done with that is actually combined 3 of those stamps together with some stencils and stamps. So I've had myself some fun here, just trying things out. I love masking things together. Here I've got a set of dog stamps, Le Chien in French it's called. I'm not sure if I can pronounce it properly, but just to look at those dogs, I have to turn it like this. These are really wonderful. And I've done a couple of things with them. I started out easy peasy with just masking it off and using some stencils. And I did this one where I did do a lot of stamping with some Swedish text stamps from Inky Wings. And then I combined 3 of the dogs and put some texture stamping behind it. I used a texture stamp 3 times in order to create this sort of wallpaper or wall look to it. And then I have the Schrodinger's cat. And then there's a set of seagulls, mouettes. And there's the cat 2 or cats 2, a cat hanging on the wall scratching for dear life. And I've got a seahorse, and I call these boho style because they are really lovely, aren't they? And then I've got something that is called capitals, the major cities. We've got, I think it's Big Ben, and then there's something in France, I don't remember what it's called. And then there's the Eiffel Tower, and then it's the Freedom, Statue of Freedom, Liberty something. And then it's the Colosseum, and then it's the Leaning Tower in Pisa. And then I've got a flamingo. Look at the eyes. And then there's a robot dog with a steampunky touch to it. And then there's a reindeer. And there's a Christmas tree. Soppa. There you can have it. And there's a trash can. And many people have combined this one, and not having the lid on top, they've somehow magically made it look like the lid is off and that the trash can is open, and then the rats or the mice are around it, and they've stamped this one several times. So there are lots of fun card samples on KatzelKraft's fan page on Facebook. Check it out. Here's an Origami Flamingo. And then there's some texture background. It's called mini background, and you got the sort of grid pattern as well as a dotted pattern. Could be nice to have those in the background when you're sort of masking off your head motifs. And talking about heads and motifs, here's the boho elephant, or elephant boho, and it's a really lovely Ganesha looking elephant head there. I like this one a lot. Torn papers. I'm not even going to go there with the French pronunciation there. So these are really nice, and I'm thinking that it could be nice to just make a dog or something peek out in there, so you could just mask the several figures off by doing so. Then there are a set of 3 koi fish. It's just the fish, not the blue background. It's just to give you an example of how it could look when you have done your stamping. And then there are some solid flowers or something. They're completely sort of black, or the color that you choose to stamp them in. And then there is a carte postale, or just a stamping themed thing, even with some steampunky touches to it. So there's a postcard here, and some texture, and a bird with some steampunk wheels. It's a nice looking stamp set, I must say. And then I've got something, it's called Christmas Sleigh. And there you have the sleigh, but you also have some wreaths there, and a part of a Christmas tree, Christmas lights, and a rosette, and some ornaments, as well as a Christmas gift. It's a nice set. I mean, you could just make your own pattern papers with these, especially with that one. Just put something else on front of it. And here I got something that I sort of call it living room furniture or something. You got the bookcase and a stool and a lamp and a table and armchair and sofa and plant and a chest. So it's a nice stamp set, and you can mask different figures into this, or even create your living room scene with it. And here we have a couple of text stamps in just one text set, and it's called Relax. And you could just combine these figures. I mean, if you have a goofy looking figure, you could just have one of these texts to go with it. It's one of those days. Keep calm, be crazy. Broken crayons still color. Of course I exercise. I jump to conclusions. Who left the bag of idiots open? Relax, we are all crazy. It's not a competition. Just because it's a bad idea doesn't mean it's not going to be a good time. Get your happy on. Life is short. Smile while you still have teeth. Take a break. Stop making everyone happy. You're not tequila. And then the final one, if you fall, I'll be there. The floor. And then we got some goofy looking bird stamps in one set. And these are called Le Zozo. And then there's called Pilgrim. And you could start thinking about perhaps Halloween and pilgrimage and even Christmas. You have a couple of pumpkins and you have some pilgrim outfits or and even a mask there. And a lovely Christmas tree, and a nice looking gingerbread, a witch's broom, and even a wintry cap like that. There's another text stamp set, and you can see that the stamps are pretty big. I like this. I really like that they stand out like this. So it's called Carpe Diem, or Carpe Diem, perhaps, if you could say Carpe Diem. And so there's a lot of short words: love, dream, smile, kiss, LOL, big hugs, be happy, good luck. Carpe Diem, just go for it. It's a lovely day, you make me happy, you are beautiful. And if you were to think that these are a little bit on the big side, well, you could stamp these with stays on shrink plastic, and then shrink them down, and then they will come sort of the fourth of the size of this, and then you could have some really nice looking decorations or charms even. You can even make big bracelets out of these. And my recommendation, if you want the text to stand out, perhaps you could go for white shrink plastic from the get-go, or if you have some clear shrink plastic, just paint the backside of it with some white acrylic paint, and that will do the trick, and you have a white background to make the black text pop. And then we've got something that's called 5 o'clock, and it's also, of course, tea time. You've got some macarons there, and a muffin, and it's a lovely cupcake, or a cupcake perhaps. And there are some teacups, singular ones or stacked ones. Lovely stamp set, I think. And here is something that could be fun to make perhaps New Year's cards out of, or just use those wonderful texture stamps just to create some background stamps. Background papers. And it's called Background Nuage. So I'm not sure what the nuage means, but there are some really nice texture stamps there anyway. And the final two, this one is called Houses, or Le Maison. And just look at those quirky houses. It's a lovely church, isn't it? And look at that church and standing on one leg. Oh my goodness. And then there's a sort of a townhouse or something in the center of town. And my goodness, I saved the best for last, I think. Look at these wonderful swirly bits and pieces. I see myself using these, let's say perhaps with some clear or white embossing powder, and then do some spraying on top, or perhaps even working in some distress ink with, let's say, blender brushes or something. And then continue working with sort of a light mixed media technique. I mean, I love these. Love these swirls. Baroque, this one is called. So that's it from me. And you know what? I think I'll just finish things off with this one. I want just put this one out. And I thought that I got the wild animals, but I didn't get them, I see. So we got the elephant there and a sheep. So these are from different sets of stamps, of course. And I just put the sheep on top of the elephant that is really depressed, isn't he? So that's me signing off from SARI'S Stamping Studio. Please go and have a look-see. I'll put the link in the description box. Bye-bye.